Memento Mori, remember you must die. The phrase can land with a thud. In our culture, obsessed with youth, optimization, and infinite potential, it feels like a dark anachronism, morbid, pessimistic, even taboo. It's the kind of thought we instinctively push away. But what if you've been misreading it? What if this stark reminder isn't a whisper of despair, but the most liberating and vitalizing truth you can hold? For the Stoics, Memento Mori was not a morbid fixation. It was a life hack for the soul, a daily practice of mental alchemy that transforms the lead of procrastination and pettiness into the gold of purposeful action. The goal is not to be scared of death. The goal is to be shocked into life. ###### The great clarifier, when the fog lifts. Think of your mind as a room. Daily, it fills with fog, the fog of trivial worries, imagined futures, past regrets, social comparisons, and endless to-dos. In that fog, everything seems equally important and equally vague. That's where we live most of the time. Memento Mori is a powerful fan that clears the fog in an instant. When you sincerely remember the finiteness of your time, a ruthless, beautiful clarity descends. That lingering resentment from a minor slight? The fog made it a looming shadow. Clarity reveals it as a pointless drain, a stain on your limited canvas. You let it go. That someday dream, the book, the business, the trip? The fog allowed it to be perpetually postponed. Clarity demands, if not now, when? Is someday guaranteed? That hour lost to mindless scrolling, that conversation spent half listening? Clarity recasts it for what it is, a non-refundable slice of your one and only life, spent on junk food for the mind. This is the ultimate prioritization filter. It asks one devastatingly simple question of every action, every hour, every relationship: is this how I want to spend a day of my life? The trivial and toxic cannot survive this interrogation. ###### The great intensifier, finding sacred in the ordinary. Once the fog of the trivial clears, what's left isn't an empty landscape. It's a world vibrating with meaning. Memento Mori doesn't just subtract, it amplifies. It dials up the richness of everything that remains. Your morning coffee is no longer just caffeine. It is a ritual of presence, the warmth of the cup, the aroma, a small, daily celebration of being alive to experience it. A walk in the park is no longer just exercise. It is a sensory immersion in a world you get to witness for a finite number of seasons. A conversation with a loved one is no longer just chatter. It is a act, a finite, unrepeatable exchange of consciousness with another unique universe. Your work, however humble, is no longer just a job. It is your contribution, your small stone in the human edifice. It is the legacy you are building with your days. Death is the frame that makes the painting precious. The deadline is what gives the project urgency and value. Without an end, there is no reason to begin, to cherish, or to choose with care. ###### The great motivator, the engine for action, not paralysis. This is where the Stoic practice separates from mere existential dread. They didn't stare at the abyss and freeze, they used its view as a catalyst. Marcus Aurelius, shouldering the immense burden of empire, wrote to himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This is the core instruction. It's not a threat, it's an operating principle. Don't wait to be kinder, the person in front of you might not be there tomorrow. Your chance to offer that kindness expires now. Don't wait to start that project, the passion you feel is a gift for this moment. It is not a promise for a future you are not guaranteed. Don't wait to mend that fence, the unresolved tension is a theft of peace from the days you do have. Don't wait to live with integrity, the person you are becoming is built by the choices you make today, under the assumption that this day is part of your finite record. The Stoic uses death as a personal project manager, constantly asking, given the deadline, What is the most essential, virtuous thing I can do now? ##### your daily practice, from morbid to meaningful. So, how do you practice this without falling into anxiety? You make it a gratitude and urgency check, not a morbid obsession. 1. Morning invocation *. As you start your day, take 10 seconds. Silently say, I am alive today. This day is a gift, not a given. How will I use it well? 2. Decision filter *. When faced with a choice to engage in gossip, to procrastinate, to hold a grudge, ask the question, is this worthy of my finite time? 3. Evening reflection *. As you close your eyes, think of one moment from the day that felt truly alive, truly used, feel gratitude for it. Acknowledge that one of your finite days is now complete, well spent. Memento Mori is the whetstone against which you sharpen your life. It strips away the dull, soft layers of habit and distraction to reveal the sharp, bright edge of your intention. It is not a call to live fearfully, but to live ferociously alive, with more love, more courage, and more presence. This channel is dedicated to turning such profound philosophy into daily fuel, into practices that don't just make you think, but make you live differently. Now, I want to know how does Memento Mori land with you? ***, does the idea spark a sense of anxiety, or a liberating clarity? Have you ever had a moment where an awareness of life's finiteness changed your actions? Share your honest thoughts in the comments. This is a powerful conversation. And if this perspective shifted your view of the ultimate deadline from a threat to a gift, please hit that like button. It helps us spread this message of urgent, meaningful living to others ready to wake up.